So I'm joined now by Danny Senda, Orient's first team coach. Danny, thanks for joining me. It was a positive 90 minutes in the end this afternoon.
Yeah, we think so. I mean, we kind of had an idea what Gillingham would be like when they came over to play us today, and they did live up to that. They were competitive, as we knew they would be. They would get the ball forward early, as we knew they would be, and it was certainly a test that we took a lot of positives from.
Of course, and it was a rather uneventful first half. Ended at 0-0 after 45 minutes. Gillingham came out quite quickly in that second half, didn't they? They put us under a fair amount of pressure.
Yeah, they did, and they changed their shape later on in the half, which gave us again different problems to face, and they did push us back. But for us, I mean, it's another test for us, because we are looking at what we look like without the football as well. So pre-season brings up loads of different variations. Sometimes with the 23 games, we perhaps spend a little bit more time with the ball. And in this instance, as you say, when Gillingham came out, they had a little bit more dominance, put us on the back foot, but we were incredibly pleased with our defensive shape.
And we did. We stuck in there, and it all paid off late on when Danny Johnson capitalised on an error from their defence. But it was a great finish nonetheless, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great finish, but I think, as I say, you go back to the defensive shape of having that discipline and that patience to essentially all that hard work of sitting in your shape is to potentially get that one opportunity. So when that opportunity came around and it fell to Dan because he was tireless, I felt, throughout the game with his running and his work ethic, he showed real composure. It was a very good finish, and it's, for me, it capped off all the hard work that the players had put in today.
Of course, and another striker who played alongside him in the second half, Leanne Goal. He's had a great pre-season so far. He coming up against the League One side in Gillingham, he was handled well by the defence, would you say? Yeah,
I mean, Lee's a handful. I mean, we've got to remember Lee's predominantly played through the middle throughout pre-season, and we've brought him on in a wider area to give us a different dimension for the variations that the season was going to throw up. But again, Lee is different, where he'll always, he's got that physical element. He'll always look to go in behind. He's very, very good with his feet, and he gives us an option perhaps to go up to and build play from. And I felt Lee did well, although it was a physical competition for Lee, which is different to what we've had with, as I say, the previous games and perhaps the 23 games. This was a little bit more of a physical element for Lee, but I felt that he did well when he came on.
He did, and as I said, he was the only substitute. The other 10 players playing out of full 90. What was the thinking behind that?
Again, it's just about trying to balance the minutes off against the games that we've got. We're ensuring we're going to go into a season where we know we're going to need every member of the playing squad. So this year it's been about ensuring that we get a real balance going into the season, that everyone's the minutes are topped up, and then we've obviously got another game coming Monday afternoon, again, which will continue to try and top up the minutes to, when the curtain goes up for the season, all the players are in a good place.
Yeah, and a man that did complete 90 today is at the grand age of 38 was Joby Mac enough. What kind of influence can you see him having from midfield? He had a fair few chances from range today. He can still bring a lot, can't he?
He brings an incredible amount, not just on the pitch, off the pitch. Joby is a big part of what we do. He's a huge character in the dressing room. He's a bridge for us in the coaches to the players. But today we played him in a slightly more advanced role, more familiar role perhaps with Joby in the 8. Again, in other pre-season games we've played him a little bit deeper in the 4. I think what we're trying to do is trying to foresee things that are going to come up in the season, where we're going to be able to best use the squad. And Joby has done well in that 4 position, but today, as I say, he was in the advanced 8 position. Gives us great energy. Forget about his age. He's physically very, very good, Joby. Yes, we have to make sure that we're mindful of how we look after him throughout the season, but he gives us great quality on the ball. He's got great game understanding and wonderful energy to get forward and push the team on. So, yeah.
Of course, and obviously there was only a subs bench of 7 announced today. Aside from that, how are the squad looking? Any updates and any injuries at all?
We're in a fairly good place. We're obviously going to pick up niggles throughout pre-season. That's the nature of pre-season. But we feel that we've got players that are back training. They're running and they're getting closer. The players that perhaps haven't had so many minutes in pre-season, they are getting closer to fitness. And as I say, we're quite happy with where the squad is, and the balance of having the longer, maybe extended time that we've been fortunate enough to have. It's enabled us to get to so close to Saturday with a predominantly fully fit squad.
Of course, and it's obviously been your first pre-season with the club since joining in the summer in strange circumstances. But how are you feeling as we rapidly approach the season starting competitively properly?
Yeah, I mean, it's been hugely enjoyable. The biggest thing for me is that I've been able, when I sat down with Ross and Martin, and they talked about me having a big input on the team and a big input in training, that's been the case, and so that's been hugely enjoyable. We've got a wonderful backroom coaching staff. Everyone has their role to play within it, and there's a really good balance of personalities. So I've enjoyed that side of it, and I've also enjoyed the pre-season games. But ultimately, it's about getting down to 3 points and cup competition, and that's what I'm looking forward to now.
Fantastic. Danny, thank you for joining me, and best of luck for the season, of course. And that's all we've got time for today. Make sure you do subscribe with Orient Live and Orient TV to get your match package for the Forest Green Rovers game on the 5th of September for just £10 video and £2.50 for audio. Look forward to seeing you next time. Up the O's.